We are backstage at Soundgarden Hall with Dr. P. My first question for you is, how'd you come up with the name Dr. P? What's the P stand for? And what exactly are you a doctor of?
Well, I'll try and tell the story. It's a bit weird sometimes, but remember old Nokias? Like, they had like predictive text, kind of like the old style autocorrect. If you put my name, Sean, into that, it used to change it to Picto. And so I called myself DJ Picto, just from that. And then I wanted to change my name for dubstep. So my friend used to call me Dr. Picto as like a joke, because I was like a doctor when I was using the computer. I don't really know how that relates. Doctors don't really use computers, but yeah, so Dr. P just kind of happened. I actually made a track with Flux and just put like featuring Dr. P on it, thinking nothing of it. And then next thing I know, I was making loads of tracks under that name, and actually people started to recognise the name. So it's not a name I actually put any thought into at all, it just kind of happened.
Another naming question for you is, why did you guys choose the name Circus for your record label? Is that something you came up with, or Flux, or somebody else?
I think my girlfriend came up with it. We were just writing down a massive list of possible names. She suggested Circus, and out of the long list of names, it was the only one I liked. So then I went to the meeting where we were going to decide the name, and I said, how about Circus? And the other two were just like, yeah, sounds fine, yeah. So we just went with that. There's another one that just kind of happened straight away without that much thought. It seemed like a cool name.
What music projects are you currently working on?
I mean, I'm really just doing Dr. P at the moment. I mean, we've got like the Slumdog stuff as well, which is me, Swanee and MC Crafty. It's like a three-way collaboration thing. We try and do that stuff, but like Swanee runs Circus and Crafty's just had a kid, so it's like really difficult to get together and actually do that stuff. So we try and do the extra stuff on the side, but really I've barely got enough time to just make music under Dr. P, let alone anything else on the side.
We loved your recent collaboration, The Pit, with Adam F. and Method Man. What was it like working with Method Man on that track?
It was cool. I actually only spoke to him over Skype. So that was, it was like, half an hour on Skype sort of thing, that was it. But no, it was cool. It was quite surreal hearing him say my name on the track. That was something I never would have expected to happen in my life. So that was cool. But yeah, he was a nice guy.
Who are some other producers or vocalists that you'd like to work with in the future that you haven't had a chance to work with already?
I mean, I kind of like to work with everyone at some point. I mean, I've spoken to just about every producer about collaborating, but it's kind of hard to make it happen sometimes. I'm not proactive enough to actually make these things happen. We have the conversation and it seems like a good idea, and then just kind of forget. So I tweeted Excision about doing a track together, and he was like, yeah, let's do that. Hasn't happened. But people make it happen one day. It's all about finding the right track. Like, I could have gone to Method Man with a different track and he could have said no. And, we've tried to get collaborations with other people and they've said no. So it's just about finding the right track for the right person.
So you're in Philadelphia at the moment in the midst of your current tour. How's the tour going?
Yeah, I mean, my tour isn't really much of a tour at the moment. I'm actually only over here for 4 days. And I go to Europe for like 4 days, and then I go to Australia for like 2 weeks. So my tour's kind of just everywhere in the world, one place or another. So it's just my life. My tour is just life, but it's going good.
So we've come a long way from DJs that are only playing on vinyl, with 2 turntables and a mixer. Can you tell us what equipment you use when you perform?
I just use CDJs with a USB pen straight in. I mean, I used to use vinyl when I first started, so I do have that skill if for some reason I ever needed to go back to it, but I never liked vinyl that much. It's big and heavy and expensive. I didn't even like CDs that much. CDs take up a lot of room in your bag. A USB pen's perfect in my wallet. That's all I need. Wallet, a USB pen and a set of headphones. But I like it that way. I think people get annoyed because it's like, oh, it's too easy. But it doesn't really matter how easy it is, does it? I don't know.
No, I mean if your technical skills are there, it shouldn't
Yeah.
really matter how easy it is to load up the music.
Exactly. I mean, I think if you're going up there and like pressing play on a preset Ableton project and just like pressing the like beat repeat button every now and then, there's no point. But I'm doing every mix, you know, so it's like it's basically the same as vinyl, but I just don't have to bring a gigantic box of vinyl with me.
Aside from your upcoming tour dates in Europe, what are your plans to round out 2013? Do you have anything else on tap?
I'm trying to figure out what to do next as a release. I've got a few tracks, but I'm trying to get my head around it, trying to decide whether to do a single or like an EP or something. Because I mean, I did like the Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Part 1. People keep saying, where's Part 2? So I don't know. It's coming one day. Might leave it like 5 years and do Part 2 just to confuse everybody. But yeah, I mean, I've got a few new tracks.
Do you plan on dropping a decent amount of drum and bass at your set tonight, or is it just going to be mostly dubstep?
I always play drum and bass. I think I played drum and bass in every set I've ever done. Just because that's where I started. I still like it. There's still good drum and bass out there. I usually play it like right towards the end. Just 3 or 4 tracks. It always goes down well at the end.
Yeah, we're always happy to hear it. Philadelphia used to be one of the meccas in the U.S. of drum and
Really?
bass in
Oh,
the
I
late
bet.
90s. It was, yeah, we had a very gigantic drum and bass scene here, so it's
Yeah,
always
'cause
nice to
some
see
cities
people.
play it and people are like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But I'll maybe play a few extra here then.
Fantastic. Would you like to give a shout out to all the Dr. P fans out there that are going to be watching this interview?
Thanks everyone. Thanks for everyone for listening to my tunes. It's always nice to see the plays. So big ups.
And finally, could you tell us something about yourself that people might not already know that would surprise or even shock our viewers?
I don't know. Maybe just the fact that I am quite lazy, and people think my life is hectic, but it's not that hectic. Like, people are like, oh my god, when do you sleep? Like, how'd you do it? And I'm like, I spend quite a lot of time just chilling out at home and stuff. It's not as bad as it sounds. I'm not trying to make it sound like my life's easy or anything, but yeah, I don't think my life is quite like people expect. People think it's like a party the whole time, but it's not. This is Dr. P, and you're watching IndependentPhilly.com.